That's an interesting combination. I feel like this is very similar to the Crom Duck Hunt. We have a items character with someone who's more efficient at like walling the opponents out. So Pac-Man's going to be able to charge up his fruit to whatever he needs for the situation, and then he's going to be able to go in and get stuff done.
So what are your thoughts, at least like on Lucina, at least against these two characters?
Against these two characters, I feel like Lucina ZSS is, in my opinion, fairly even. However, CRB is here, and Lucina Palutena is something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I dislike that to a degree I cannot describe.
It also doesn't help, at least, that CRB, you know, mainly the Palu, but also the Lucina comes out to play.
Absolutely.
Every full moon.
I bore witness to CRB's Lucina against my Lucina at the last Thursday Throwdown I was at, and that was the worst 3 stock I've ever gotten. Like, they destroyed me.
Yeah, but you do see, like, you know, I have to figure out the names, at least, of the players. You see Pac-Man with the bell, and a lot of times, like, you know, in singles, Pac-Man has to wait to get you off the stage in order to collect the bell. Especially in doubles, you can get that for free. But, yeah, I didn't even see what happened. How did Gray lose his first stock?
That was an unfortunate miscue. Gray and Willie got caught up in Paulu's the side B, and they both got blown up, but Gray was at a higher percent and got taken out off the top.
And CRB also dying to that key.
This is interesting. I did not expect the Pac-Man Lucina to be so aggressive here. But this might be a fast even up.
Now, I'm going to make a weird comparison, which is I think that the Pac-Man is kind of playing this like how Meat Gunner plays in doubles.
I get that completely.
Because I've seen, for example, like, you know, C. Caleb, shout out to C. Caleb, wonderful person. He loves to run Stealth Bomber, and and you see the Pac-Man using the key like Stealth Bomber. You don't really recognize it, but it's so quick, and you can just interrupt the other fight that's going on and get that kill. That happened against CRB.
Absolutely, and that's going to be so scary in a scenario like this, because like once you're at high percent, you just kind of got to be aware if you're on the same like axis as the Pac-Man, there might be a key in your future.
Exactly.
And that might be why this combination is going to work out a little bit better than the Crom was working out, because I feel like Lucina is just a little bit more consistent, is able to get back from a little bit more, and is able to just like, you have big hitboxes that is going to be able to wall people out, and then Pac-Man gets to charge all the way up to key without too much issue, and then the threats are imminent.
You had another key come in, and now we have another bell that comes out.
Ooh, a stock trade there.
Yeah.
Gray losing his stock, but so does Willie in this scenario.
And another bear coming out. And I will say, I mean, it was a bad situation to lose the stock. It was good, though, to make sure that at the very least it was a trade.
Absolutely.
Like, if you can get the stock, that's all that you need. And especially when we're in doubles, where, let's face it, I have never seen a doubles timeout in my life.
Absolutely.
The stocks matter.
I would be shocked to see a doubles match timeout. That would be some severe, like, committing to not playing the game from both teams.
There's the apple, but now accidentally using that forward air to hit the Lucina in this case. Not necessarily what you want at this point, because now you have Lucina between a rock and a hard place.
Absolutely. You gotta hold off on that tunnel vision as best as you can in doubles, because if you start locking in on someone and it ends up being your teammate, you don't want to hit them with a 3-piece out of nowhere. Oh, that got everyone.
But I was going to say, yeah, you steal out from Gray, and then you get the other one. And there you have it. You have the 2v1. You can't get those really clean, those slower confirms from ZSS, like that down smash into the up B. Because you have a teammate to save you.
Exactly. This is going to be really scary. Let's see if Gray can capitalize on this. The two here are at a decently high percent, so I would not say this is unwinnable. But you never want to be in a 2v1. This is not an ideal scenario.
Yeah, but this is a moment like where, especially when you have a player or you have a character like Pac-Man who likes to kind of sit back, you can't sit back in this case.
No.
You have to trade your teammate. This is how you win, especially against a player of the caliber of Gray.
Absolutely. Incredible, very, very good awareness from both players there, and we have the team with the names I don't recognize taking game one.
Look, I gotta talk about the shirt. Bad idea, right? No, that was a great idea.
That was an incredible idea.
I mean,
you guys have more confidence.
yeah, you had Gray swinging with the bear. You had him kind of like swinging a little bit above, and Pac-Man, being the short little circle that he is, managed to just throw out Inky and just get that kill.
Absolutely.
But that was great play, especially like, you know, in that last set. And
Absolutely.
you have like, it is like, you know, that big question of like, who gets the last stock in that case? And when you're a player that's at that as high of a percent as CRB was at, it gets a little scary. It gets a little scary because you have to decide, do you always take? When do you take? There's so many decisions in doubles.
It's just it's a really hard game, a really hard math equation you have to figure out in that moment, and you don't have a whole lot of time to like talk it out with your teammate. You just got to go on instinct at a certain point, and it just ended up with Gray having to take the 2v1.
Trying to leave with a little bit of these fair trains and trying to get a little bit going, a little bit of damage, and now you see CRB and Gray were kind of in the middle of the blender, but up air off the top.
Oh my goodness, 74. That's crazy.
Pac-Man really likes to hang above, but above is where heaven is, and CRB is at home there as the goddess that he is.
Absolutely. That Palutena sent him right to where her homeland is.
Gray trying to come in, but yeah, this Bell is out yet again.
I have to feel like Bell is just a little bit less oppressive. Whoa! Never mind, I take it all back. Bell is oppressive. Bell is so scary.
Yeah.
That was the perfect example of it. They got the double.
Yeah, Willie actually capitalizing on the Bell with that up smash.
And Willie, again, getting another kill for their team. They're up a stock here with Gray and CRB on their fresh second stocks.
See a little bit of the side B coming back to the side as Pac-Man tries to get off stage, and Willie trying to fend off these two demons of players.
Absolutely. This is the Wisconsin Smash nightmare to see a 2v1 of CRB and Gray. That would be just about as bad as it's going to be for known Wisconsin players.
And I got to say, what better of a tournament to see a nightmare at than Cross Slasher 2?
Absolutely. Nightmare at Whitewater.
Maybe in the future. We've already had Nightmare on Hawk Street.
Oh, I see.
But two little explosive flames coming out from CRB as he's trying to see if he can snatch that kill from the Pac-Man. Relatively high percent, but this is Pac-Man with a Bell.
Absolutely.
If you get caught in a bad spot near the edge of the stage, you get caught in that paralyze, then you could be dead. Because that forward smash, it's a truck.
And that was really well played from Gray. Pac-Man has a lot of trouble capitalizing on Bell when you're hiding underneath the platform. So running there, throwing out a laggy move, making Pac-Man waste that Bell was really well played.
Yeah. And now you see Gray really just trying to get this kill onto the Lucina. He just can't quite get it yet, but there's that side B as we were talking about, and a dash attack to boot.
Wow, that's really good. Those explosive flames have been extremely explosive, to say the least, for Team Gray CRB. Ooh, and it's even back up. This is about as even as you can get it for final stock of this game 2.
Oh my gosh, he threw Gray into his own teammate's explosive flame. Who does that?
Incredible. This is an amazing showing from Team Buddwaur Rio here.
But yeah, now you see these, like, you know, some of these individual fights, and Gray choosing, he wants to go into the mix. He wants to not let CRB fight alone.
I'm taking so many notes for my future doubles endeavors.
There's a down smash, but not quite.
Whiff. The
Two
double
whiffs.
whiff. That was a little bit of spaghetti from both players there. We are still in an absolute scramble with these two 1v1s. Wild. No confirmed there, but that was a real wild footstool.
Yeah, that errant fire hydrant, though, coming out is really going to be messing up some of these individual fights. And now both players trying to look for that first kill, that first hit.
Ooh.
Who's going to get in the 2v1 first? And that's the whiffed up B coming out from the Lucina.
Oh no, this is just high percents all around. This is going to be real scary for all players. Gray CRB is going to be neat.
What was that F smash?
That was crazy. Ooh, is this not able to capitalize with the Bell quite yet? We got a singles last stock here.
You know, I think you're right. Maybe Pac-Man does have auto turnaround in doubles. And there's the key. That's
taking it.
But
2-0 over Gray CRB. That's incredible.
Buddwaur and Rio taking it over who, yeah, I believe that was the 3rd seed of this doubles tournament. That